And welcome back. Okay, so I have decided to do this hunt down what terrorizes Tanvir contract here. Just in case it's hyenas, basically, because we could still use some hyena attachments. So let's see, what is it? Instead of hyenas, it is 18 serpents. Well, not really happy about that, but I did accept the contract. Einar is a bit low on hit points, but only a bit. So I guess we are fine to go. I suppose if I... Well, I should have probably camped for a little bit before I accepted there, but it's fine. It should be fine. Alright, terrain is going to suck no matter what, but let's do desert instead of the green area there. Alrighty, so 18 hyenas. It's been a little bit since I played last, so might take a bit for me to refamiliarize myself with the company and what they're capable of. Probably not, but maybe. Anyway, let's get to killing some wildlife here. Pest control. There is a chance that someone even dies here, which is really not worth the risk, so I guess I'll be using like the Blitzkrieg ability, etc. to minimize the chances of that. A fight like this is really not where I would like to lose someone. Which is super obvious, of course, but I suppose I'll say so anyway. So yes, Mahdi has rotation. Mahdi also has vigorous assault. Yes. Okay, so maybe Zubair, since no one else, if I remember correctly, has rotation, doesn't get to attack here. Which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Alright. Did you have underdog? Yes. Well, hit by a single serpent for a 10% chance, so never mind. The miasma is also going to be possibly a problem in this fight, but hopefully not. As long as they never get to do something, we are completely fine. You also have Vigorous Assault available. Maybe I should have taken that at some point. Like instead of maybe Hybridization or something. Well, you don't have it, so whatever. Gerhard, just move like there. Alright, so I can move one tile. Let's do the Blitzkrieg. I want to have no problems in this fight, even if that is overkill. Also use something else, not the bolas. Wade in there. Not quite, left of 9 hit points there. Do that again, good job. Okay, just end. Oh, damn it. The 95 misses really suck. So it goes. Okay, let's use Hold Steady now. And Milo, let's actually wait with you. Do a bit of stabbing. Do a bit of axing. Do a bit of flailing. Alright, let's see. Hadi's melee defense, well, it's 56, so I guess he's going to be probably fine. Especially when there's only 9 of them left. Have a javelin each. Also, there... What the hell? Shuraid is getting, like, grabbed all over the place. That was a bit strange, actually. Well, I don't mind. Also, yeah, someone's using the... Who's using it? Is it... yeah, it's terrible. It's using this shield that I made. The Scrot shield. Living tree shield. So now we have a sapling. It's facing to the left. So why is it doing that? Isn't it supposed to be an ally of ours? Maybe not. Okay, maybe that's... I don't know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's allied with us. Despite facing west. I don't know, you could make like a geopolitical joke out of that, maybe, but let's not go there. Okay, move there, do that. And indeed, we didn't have any problems here, which is nice to see. I mean, it's only a two-skull beast contract at this point, but it's better to be careful than to die, I guess. Anyway, let's deal with this and then probably head like north. Northeast to be exact, and maybe find something interesting, maybe even find the Black Monolith. Though if I find it, I probably will not be doing it in this episode. I need to like prepare mentally a little bit and think about what I'm going to do there. Also, it does take a long while to do that fight, so preferably it will be its own episode. The sapling is trying to do something. I don't know if it's actually helping. Well, it's not helping in this fight, but I wonder if these are actually useful or not. But there we go, the fight is over. Pick up a bunch of junk. And let's immediately sell that junk here. Also, I did check this last time, but I'll double... Okay, we have one more second wind potion at least. So how many do we have? 11. Well, I guess everyone can have a second wind potion. And yeah, if I drink these Lionheart potions as well, then someone's going to get sick, but we can wait that out, and the effect from the potion will last until the next fight. So we can wait out the sickness. So I guess I'll also get the Lionheart potion, because I really want to make sure that we have a really good chance when we get to the monolith. I'm going to say when, not if. Because I have faith in the company. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here. Though maybe one stack of tools. It's expensive, but we can afford it. There is also overflow of one. If there's a champion here, I will do this. I would imagine that the chances are pretty low. We see 6 lindworms. We are not going to fight lindworms. I might try lindworms after the... Speaking of reptiles, a plethora of serpents, I'll not fight either group. Plethora of outlaws, some archers, a leader, and an executioner. Okay, so no champion, but there might be a famed item perhaps. So what I was going to say is that I might fight lindworms at a later time, but not before the monolith. I don't think it's basically ever worth the risk. Unless you're playing Legends with like a very late game team, in which case lindworms are no longer basically a risk at all. Or if they are a very slight risk. Okay, so unlike what I said, I decided to do this nomad camp. Well, never mind. Got the lindworms. Can I do it without the lindworms? Yes. I mean, I'm 99.9% confident that we would win against lindworms, but the problem is that someone might die, so let's not risk it for a moldy biscuit. or something. There's no reason, really. But let's kill these nomads here, hopefully quickly. And hopefully get like a good famed weapon out of it. Like a famed one-handed sword would be nice, or... Well, let's not fantasize about that too much. Let's just get to the killing. Let's not get super carried away, though. Let's use the falcon immediately. Okay, there's the executioner. And there is Harad the Sand Viper. So am I afraid of these guys? Not really, but even so, let's not get overly careless. But yeah, you can do that. Let's trigger them immediately. And you can support like there. This should be a cakewalk, of course, but you never know. At this point we have so much money that, despite the inventory being filled pretty quickly as we do these easier camps, well, harder camps as well, any fight, we can just dump even the valuable stuff. And it's not that big of a loss. It's a bit of a shame, but it's acceptable. So did I like... well, whatever. Wasn't really paying attention what I was doing there, but it's fine. Okay, let's kill these fools. The thing with nomads is that you can pretty easily break the resolve. Usually, at least. Oh yeah, there was miasma there. It's really hard to see during the night time on a desert tile, on a sand tile. Well, we'll be fine. Knock on wood. Knock on sand. I really have a bad habit of like autopiloting these easier fights. But so far we have been okay with that. So that is a miasma tile. I think that's probably fine though. Not really happy about these boulders here, but that also is acceptable. The executioner is a bit scary, but by the time he actually gets to attack us, he might even be about to break. I really kind of... well, I dislike the distraction mechanic when combined with some of the perks of Reforged, which punish waiting a lot. I guess if they didn't punish waiting, then the game would be far easier, of course. But does mean that I kind of need to choose whether I clear the dirt from people's eyes or keep the non-waiting bonuses. But yeah, this fight is easy enough, so it doesn't really matter. There's a sapling. So we should... I think this will spawn like infinite saplings, but it is... Yeah, it actually... Yeah, it does take the damage once it does that. Losing 50 points of durability. So eventually that is going to break. If I keep using it. I won't be using it in the monolith, I don't think. Or if I do, for some reason, then I probably need to switch into this other shield at some point. Only 66 there. Okay, get your mace out. Okay, did you hit twice there? Yes, but thanks to anticipation, the damage is not all that much. Even if you have like a huge amount of melee defense, if you don't have a lot of hit points and slash or steel brow, eventually you'll get hit by like a 5% headshot from an orc berserker wielding a flail, and you might even die to that. In Legends, there are ways to build your mercs far sturdier, so they won't actually die so easily. Not the same case in Reforged. The sapling is trying, but it's not really accomplishing anything. So I think, yeah, that shield is like... It's pretty neat as a concept, but its actual utility is perhaps not all that much. So by the time you can kill a Scrot, it might not even... The shield really won't, like, help you. It seems. That's my estimation at this point. Also, yes, fight is over. Alright, no levels. And also no famed items. Right, let's keep moving and let these creatures just carry on chasing us, I suppose, since that's what they want to do. What I could do is like find a really big orc camp or something and lure these lindworms inside. But I don't think I want to do that. Usually I don't do anything like that. I remember once, or maybe even twice, playing the Scaling Beggar in Legends, which is a pretty silly origin, which starts out extremely difficult, but gets easier and easier until you become a god. But basically the way to do that origin is, well, probably the easiest way is to lure things into other things and then just vulture some kills there. Anyway, here's Hill of Bones. Yeah, let's deal with that. Should be fairly easy, but I should not underestimate Ancient Dead. It seems we're fine to go. Right, so let's go. Alright, so 22 of them. Most of them are like melees, it seems. Well, I'll start with the weights, I guess. I think since most of them are melees, we can skip the backing off maneuver and just go for it straight away. So let's use Onslaught immediately. And start destroying them during the first round. Which is not the optimal way of doing it, but we should be fine. quite there. AoE here. Game actually lagged a little bit as it calculated the damage there. Yeah, these ones are pretty easy to destroy, but Praetorians are a different matter altogether. Also, I always forget, does Leofric actually have Underdog? No, but even so, he should be fine there. In this fight specifically. Are they faster than Milo is? No. Doesn't look like it. And I don't have Berserk on Hadi, yeah. Let's switch into this axis. And just go for, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Let's go for that one. I did say I shouldn't underestimate these fights, but I think this is easy enough to underestimate it. And we'll see how it plays out. Maybe wait with Einar. Nah, let's just go for this single target attack. Which is a pretty... I don't know. What's the word to use? Not as exciting as the... Not as efficient as the AoE attack from that new flail. This should be fine. Move one tile and reap. And reap again. Nice to be able to do that, but it is very fatigue intensive. Okay, weird move, but sure. And hopefully we get the Praetorian there now. Or here. Or there. Things are happening. Nice. I really do like flails in Reforged. I think they're my probably my favorite weapon type here. I haven't really used daggers yet in either run that I've done on YouTube or on my own time either. I really should at some point test the Quatal dagger out, which I could have done with Zahiri. I could have given him... where is he? I could have given him Weapon Master, and since he has all the sword perks, he could like use a mace, like a two-handed mace, and a Quatal dagger, and switching between the two is free, because one of them is a dagger. And that probably would have worked pretty well, but I don't think we ever did find a Quatal dagger. At least not yet in this run, so... I'm pretty happy with the sword. It's not the perfect sword, but it's pretty good, usually. What I would really like, though, is a minus fatigue cost sword. Maybe even like a one-handed noble sword with increased damage. Like, that would be ideal. To just keep on going and going. But this is pretty good as well, what he's currently wielding. Not sure what the point of that rotation was, but who am I to tell them? 95 miss. And get out of here. Alright, so 3 of them left. One of them left. Spear is actually doing okay against these melees. And out of fatigue. there we are. Still no levels, as everyone is so high level now. It does take a lot more to get to the next level. Anyway, I guess we'll scout here. At this point, maybe skip some of the easier camps there. And there was the bird shite event, which we were able to accomplish without shaming ourselves. Drought Shire. Okay, occupied cave. I think I'll leave that be. Unless someone's like really close to a level, maybe. Supplier is semi-close to level 18. I think I'll still leave it be. Let's do something a little bit more exciting, even though that would be pretty quick to do. Nacho tracks. I mean, that's not very exciting, but... well, 28 of them might be exciting, as I can't really protect people from being swallowed. Is everyone actually using... no, you don't have like a... amulet slot filled. That's one guy, though I think the dog is not as useful as a nacho trophy would be. So 28 nachos, do I want to do that? It is actually a fight where I might need to concentrate a little bit. Maybe even use the spear wall. And the indoming. So I think this living tree shield, we've seen enough. It's not really that exciting. Let's just use this. Gunther the Freeze, Great Shield. And let's give him like a backup shield from the Fallen Heroes Rampart. Yeah, sure, let's kill some nachos. See how many tier 3 ones there are. So some of them, most of them seem to be tier 2s. I think I'll play this safe, so that means backing off like 1 tile or 2 tiles. Yeah, let's do it like that. You can wait though. Backing off 1 tile is a bit problematic. And I will, I guess, use the spear wall, but from where? And I guess I should use it immediately, since some of them do get to act sometimes before Charade does. Also, we might use the Blitzkrieg here. Maybe. Use the spear wall from, like, there. For now, and I'll keep it as an option to reposition 1 tile, that is. I guess Gerhard might even stay put there. I think that's fine. So how many big ones, big fat nachos do we have? 3 there, 3 here, so 6 in total. Alright. Also, what is your melee defense, Bertram? 17 only. Let's move like here, perhaps. And I will use the Indom around here with Theodobald. He can't keep doing it forever, not without a fatigue potion at least, but he'll be able to keep these big ones at bay for a while. And maybe we'll feed like Milo to one of them at some point. Rather it be him than Zahiri, for example. Alrighty, move like, I don't know, there. And let's actually move here. So the big ones, the big fat ones are on the flanks. Let's see how we fare here. I'm about to lose the decisive buff, but that's fine, I guess. The thing about the spear wall is that it will also create corpses and they will feed on the corpses, but even so, let's do it. At least for now. And I'll turn down the combat speed a little bit in a little bit. Oh, what the hell? Does Indom not protect from... Oh, did I forget about that again? I think I forgot about that again. We had this happen earlier. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I'm so used to legends. So that's a shame. Well, it's Theodobald. Theodobald cannot deal damage, so that's fine, I suppose. But yeah, that sucks. That does suck. So anyway, I'll probably use Blitzkrieg. And there's the first failure. And it is against the big one. But we can probably back off there. Alright, well, if someone else is getting swallowed, it should be Milo. Yeah, these big nacho fights are more dangerous in Vanilla and Reforged than they are in Legends, as in Legends there are multiple ways of getting immunity from being swallowed. So am I using the Blitzkrieg? Well, I don't think it matters whether Milo uses it or not, so whatever. You can still wait. Are any of the big ones still acting? It doesn't look like it. I mean, it's kind of ideal, in a way, in a roundabout way, that if someone gets followed, it's Theodobald. Alright, are any of you still coming forward? This one is, it seems. Guess I'll wait with you. And now we can no longer wait, so let's get to killing. And let's lower the combat speed a little bit, down to 2. I do need to focus here. Might even need to use some stuns. When we can't really control who gets swallowed. All that well, at least. But we are very efficient at killing these things, so that's good. I'll save the kills for the most part for next round, though. And yeah, actually, let's use Blitzkrieg later. Let's use it next round. I think that's the optimal way of doing it, probably. Alright, and like I said, let's try to move back here. Yes. It was only 28, though, so... By no means was that a guaranteed. Nor is a 95. Let's actually move there. The free riposte also helps, but it will also create corpses at inopportune moments, so maybe it doesn't help all that much. Alright, 61. Getting a stun will at some point perhaps be useful, but I don't think currently we need it. An arrow to the knee might actually be good here. On one of these. Yes and no. Alright. Okay, Mahdi's melee defense is decent. Hit points is decent. Underdog is there. So if I get a kill here and move there, that's probably fine. Block the corpse. And Zubar, go for... I guess get closer to the big ones on the northern flank. Alright, getting this kill is fine as well. I think, though, it might get a bit dicey, depending on where these tier 3 ones decide to go. Because the riposte, once again, will create corpses. Have 1/ each. You will wait, I think. We'll go for an AoE at the end of the round. Leofric goes for this one, I guess. Sun disappoint. Okay. So at least this one probably ends up here. But we should have enough damage to deal with that one before it swallows like Wolfgang or Zahiri or Zubair. So I think we'll wait there. Keep on spearballing. I do like Nacho fights, because they're a bit more complicated than most others, but yeah. There's the riposte working against us. I guess I could have disabled it. That is an option. This one is standing on top of a corpse as well. Yeah, the big ones are the ones that are the problem. Not the one that has swallowed, though. Alright, so like I said, we'll be using Blitzkrieg, I think. Though, against the big ones, some of us are actually faster. But we don't need the onslaught help. And hold steady is useless now, so let's use Blitzkrieg already. You will go for damage here. Should have used the adrenaline there, since you are not in the Blitzkrieg range. That's like the second mistake of this fight. At least the second one. Spear wall... Having one spear wall available is pretty damn useful, actually. I was kind of disappointed that Shuraid rolled as he did, so I never did give him Weapon Master, which would have enabled other weapons. Let's wait there. You will go for the big one immediately. And I do want to get the Inspiring Presence probably, so we'll try to get Bertram next to Zubair. So this northern flank needs more help, but let's wait before we do that. And we don't have a good AoE here. So if I kill this one, I can move there, but there will be miasma. Getting a bit of miasma damage is fine, though. Okay. Go for it. And then we go for... maybe this one? Alright. So we might even get a stun on this Nacho, which means I would rather go for this one. This one also needs to die pretty quickly, because it's about to feed. We can probably do that with Zahiri, but probably want to make sure. 73 only. How the hell is it that low? Crowded 20%. Well, should have checked. I think I'll still go for it, probably. Now let's go for this. After all, let's go for that, since that was the highest chance. Yeah, this fight isn't going all that well, to be honest, but it is only Nachos. Like, how bad could it be? Okay, time to go for the AoEs. We are not going to be able to control the corpses in this fight, though. Not really well. Oh well. So I can move here instead, but this tile will also block a corpse. And also be next to Einar, so that's more inspiring presence. Okay, take the miasma damage. Clear some of them out. Alright. So 3 corpses over there, which is far from ideal. But we do have the Blitzkrieg effect. Guess Hardy does go for this flank. And I do have Vigorous Assault as well. So the stuns, yeah, the stuns might be good. But I can't really get to a position where that is used to as great an effect as I would like. Because this one will die pretty easily. And these ones are kind of out of range unless I get there. Well, in any case, I think I'll just kill this one. Good job. Alright. Yeah, things are about to get really messy here. Let's kill that one. And that one. And if we get really lucky, Zahiri won't be swallowed, or if he does, we'll immediately free him, but yeah. This one I will leave for these guys, but let's go for this one. Do get an injury there. So is there a point in using passing step? Not sure. I guess if it comes between these 3, then Milo should be the one getting swallowed. But between Zahiri and Wolfgang, they both deal like kind of equal damage, I think, so maybe it doesn't matter in that case. I don't know, I don't think it matters all that much. Let's just stay put. No, actually not, because yes, I will clear line of sight here, so that's a good thing to move. That's a good reason for the moving. Alright, so Leofric will act before the Nachos next round. Meaning that I can go for a stun if I'd like. So probably move like here. Block a corpse and create a corpse. Gruesome Feast is 6 AP, so this one, for example, cannot get there and feed. Okay, Einar. The single target damage from this weapon is a bit disappointing, and we only have this one as a target. Maybe I'll actually wait. And again, who's going to kill that if not you? Nah, just go for it. Do get there. Alright, go for the highest chance, which is 91. Does mean that Supar's inspiring presence will not be as useful, but oh well. I can use a dagger actually in this fight. A dagger will be fine. Keep on doing that. And you will wait, I think. Yes, and now hold steady, I believe. Right, so this one is fleeing already. So if I go for this one, I might get lucky and get a stun. And I can maybe get a stun from Hadi on this one. This one will die by itself. Yes, good job, good job. Very nice. Very nice and also a bit lucky. I guess Mahdi waits. And like I said, let's go for the stun. We don't get it though, not even the stagger. And now there's a small one about to feed. Okay, and Zahiri does indeed get to experience the insides of a nutshell. This one did not swallow anyone though. Alright. One big one is fleeing. Let's get closer. Gerhard. Goes for single target damage, I believe. On which one, though? Maybe it doesn't matter at this point. The fight is nearly over. Okay. This big one... Well, these two big ones will still cause some problems, perhaps. Let's make sure these ones don't get away. Or try to make sure. Because it's not a guarantee. Go away. Okay, Sahir is back. It's actually getting melee there. Move there. Wait. And that one's fleeing. Excellent. Okay, so not the cleanest of fights, but we got there. Did I just miss a 95 again? Yes. Oh well. They're steerable back. Oh. Moved into miasma there. And another one gets swallowed. It's kind of too late for that though. Okay, and I'll let the rest of them go. No one gets a level up. Inventory's full. I'll dump some garbage. I think this is perhaps a bit more valuable. Surely if you were a mercenary in the world of Battle Brothers, you would pick up a Natchressor brain over something like an ancient coffin shield. Okay. Oh, we did get a level. It's Bertram, level 16. Alright, well, nice. I'll get more hit points, I guess. Let's go melee defense instead of fatigue or initiative. Okay, and keep on exploring. Thelox Grub. Goblins on a hill. No thank you. We would win, but at what cost? So goblin weapons. Famed goblin weapons aren't that exciting. Let's camp for the night. We took a bit of damage. Alright. Willow's Fields. Whoops. Okay, more goblins. I'll leave the goblins be. Lots of goblin wolf riders. Well, that's pretty easy XP. Alright, well, I guess I'll... Well, they are running away, but we can also scout as we do this. Let's kill the goblin wolf riders. Also, yes, increase the combat speed. They will go for the flanks though, which is pretty annoying. Not all of them, though. Our backline, for the most part, isn't weak against melee attacks, so even if this fight were far more difficult, we should be completely okay. I'll not even use the spear ball. I want them to attack us. So Gerhard is a bit poorly positioned, actually. Okay, slight mistakes. Slight mistakes, but I think this will hinder them from going for these two. Are you waiting? Yes, you are. Okay, I guess I could use Onslaught. Still haven't decided if I'll use this Sensor of the Diviner in the Black Monolith fight. Probably I will. No comment about that. Okay, are you guys still fighting? Well, if they ever were really fighting. Yes, they are. I love goblins. Well, I don't love them, but I love their footworks. It's so hilarious. I really don't. I actually hate goblins, but I love the footwork. Also, the Reforged flail mechanics are pretty fun in a situation like that. Well, it's good to get these 95 misses out of the way in these fights. I'll actually try to move. Successfully. Not a good idea attacking Sahiri there. There we go. Wolfgang gets a level up. I probably can't fit all of this garbage, so let's dump some other garbage. I'm not even going to check what the values of these items are anymore. I don't think we'll just go by feel. At least for this. At least for that loot. Okay, so this is clearly goblin territory. And as we go north, it's going to become orc territory. We have food for actually 4 more days. Okay, that might be a problem. That might be a problem. So we need to get to civilization pretty soon, actually. Anyway, Wolfgang level 17. just takes the standard stuff. Alright, well, let's scout through here and then probably head west again. And I'll leave the goblin camps be, I don't really care about them. Orc camps I would do. Oh, there's the goblin city as well. I don't think I'll be doing it this run. Even if I decide, if we prevail at the Black Monolith to do other legendary locations, I think I'll probably leave the goblin city be. Probably. The team is really bad at that fight. Bara Garage though. Plethora of warriors, many berserkers and a warlord. Okay, so that's an actual challenge. It is in a forest, which I guess helps us a little bit. Yeah, let's do it, I guess. It might get someone killed, so I need to concentrate, but let's go for it. Also, I guess I should have probably repaired some of this stuff. Even if it, yeah, it doesn't really matter, but we'll get a lot of tools as loot from these orc locations, so it would have been slightly better to have less tools here, which is, I don't know, kind of a contradiction to have less tools being better, but whatever. Anyway, it's dawn. How many of these do we have now? 3, 6, 9, 12 exactly. So if I really wanted to be safe here, or safer, I should probably give Theobald one of these now. So he can indom longer. I don't think it's necessary though. So let's just do it without the help of performance enhancing substances. But I'll camp for a little bit just to get tools a bit lower, which is, I don't know, completely unnecessary probably, but let's do it. Okay, so yeah, plethora of warriors, warlord, many berserkers. The berserkers are, I think, far more dangerous in Reforged than they are in Legends. They're also easier to kill, but, well, at least when you compare to SSU. But, yeah, like I said, if they get lucky headshots, they will actually kill people. But yeah, let's do this. We still don't have the stun amulet. I should have gotten this done, this ambition that we have, but yeah. But yeah, I will have to focus here. Some choke points are readily available, and we can hold this flank hopefully with the spear wall. Keep the combat speed up for now, but lower it after a while. I think we'll start with the weights, though Leofric maybe moves immediately just to get the decisive bonuses. Yeah, the forest terrain is going to help us, but maybe not all that much since it also affects our team. This flank has warriors and a couple of berserkers. Well, the same is true for all of the flanks, I guess. Well, in any case, Shurade will act before they do. Next round, even without Blitzkrieg. But yeah, maybe move Leofric just to keep the decisive bonus. I will be holding these choke points, I think. Don't want to move too far. It would be easier if I could just wait here and see how they deploy. Well, which I can do. I can do that. I guess I will. Whatever. It's fine to lose one decisive stack. That's completely fine, I guess. And there will be no backing off, I don't think. The choke points are where they are, and we can use the Blitzkrieg immediately, perhaps. Not sure if I will though. Probably actually won't. So they did get pretty far already. Okay, so this is... yeah, this is a very nice couple of choke points we have there, which means that I can choose whether Theodbold holds all of that by himself, or Theodbold holds the northern flank. And like these three will handle whatever comes through. Getting the kills early, I think, is probably the best way to do this. If I move here with Theodbold, I cannot activate Indom without Blitzkrieg before they stun him though, probably. Or get a lucky headshot or two. The ones with these Berserk chains and Man Splitters are the most dangerous, I think. Being able to hold this northern flank pretty valuable as well. I think we'll do that, like here or there. Let's move there. Keep the fatigue since he also has that pesky club-footed trait. So we have Milo. So I could use Milo, Zahiri and Zubair here. And I guess Einar can support with the reach attack from multiple positions. Also, if I block this, then these two cannot get past that. And will instead go for a flank, which is better. So let's go for that position there. You will wait still. And Zubair probably takes this spot. I kind of want to block this as well, so maybe like Wolfgang moves there. Or maybe even Einar there, actually. I don't want to get stunned by this Orc Young here. If I can help it. Yeah, so let's move Zubair there, I think. Yes. Could have also moved like one tile further, but let's leave that for Zahiri. This is a really risky fight. A lot of things can go wrong here. And they do have that Vigorous Assault as well, so if they get lucky and we get unlucky, someone is going to die. That's basically inevitable in that case. Probably inevitable at least. Anyway, so Spear Wall somewhere around here. These trees or tree stumps are helping us a bit as well, making them go around there. Anyway, Mahdi probably here. Or actually, Mahdi has the underdog, so maybe he's better served with this position. And Leofric, who doesn't have underdog, takes that position. And maybe we'll actually Spear Wall here. We do risk taking a bit of damage, but so it goes. So it goes. I could also do a rotation to get one attack here immediately. That means we can't occupy this space though, unless I do it with Hardy. I guess that's fine if I do it like that. So offensive rotation or not is the question. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. Not sure if it's like the optimal way of doing this, but let's go for one attack here. And do I stay put here? Maybe. They will get around there, in which case Mahdi is a good candidate to handle this flank. It will go around Shurade's Spear Wall, that is, if he holds it here, as the plan I think is. So yeah, just stay put there. And Einar takes this position, unless I take this position with Einar. Not sure if it matters again. Also, I can just, I have the reach attack. I don't need to move there. I can just attack now. Which probably is better. Also, I can move next round and still block some Orc Young from hopefully being able to stun us. So let's do it like that. Let's do it like that, I guess. And I guess I'm more afraid of this weapon a little bit. Let's go for him. Zahiri takes this. Wolfgang takes this, I think. Could also move like there, but I think this is better. Alright, and Shuraid, just get ready to spearball next round. He does have more initiative than they do. Okay, bonk, nice bonk. We cannot keep ourselves from being stunned completely here, but ideally we can minimize the stuns. Right, and Inspiring Presence will be pretty nice. From like here. Could also move there, but let's keep in range of the... Let's keep in rally range. And now I can choose, actually. Does Einar take that position? I think it's better to do it like that, so let's move Hadi here, actually. And Arrow to the Knee is probably good again. We don't get it, though. Oh well. Okay, so I have Inspiring Presence. I would still probably like to block this tile, though. Can anyone else do it? Probably not. Gerhard can. I guess it's fine for him to take that spot. It's a bit suboptimal if I do it like that, though. But at the same time, I am wasting the Inspiring Presence if I don't attack twice here. Also, I perhaps don't want to kill this Berserker before they've had their turns. Nor this one or this one. Probably. Probably. So yeah, this one gets to act. Hopefully it doesn't, like, actually hit us as well. Well, it is the reach weapon, so I guess despite having underdog and a lot of defenses, it's fine to stay in the backline. Also 78 hit points is a bit low, so... Gerhard being at risk from just one of them, at least until the warriors start pushing us around, is probably fine. Probably. Mahdi also has a rotation, which we can maybe utilize to get Gerhard out of trouble. Okay. Let's do it like that. And I can actually kill this one if I'd like. That means that someone's getting stunned if I do that, though. What I can do, perhaps, is move like Theodobald there. He can also act before they do. And I will wait with him. He will get stunned. It's far from ideal, with Subar being there now. How about killing this? How about killing that instead? Also, this one, well, doesn't die to the miasma, not for a while. Would have been semi-funny if that were the thing that would kill it. I guess I can even go for this with Leofric. Not lose the waiting, non-waiting bonuses. It does mess with the spear walling and he will get stunned probably. Little decisions that could have a big impact. Gerhard can also probably finish this one off. If Subair were faster, then this would be far easier. I could just kill this now... Well, actually, I don't want to step there. There's miasma there. Getting stunned is not the end of the world either, I suppose. What I'll do is attack this one. And we'll deal with the consequences. I can even, if I'd like, get the kill with Zahiri. Passing step over here. The problem with that is that the warriors will start pushing him around. And I obviously cannot control what happens then. So I think instead... But then again, if this one... If I decide to attack this one with Zahiri and activate the riposte, and this one attacks Zahiri, then the riposte will very likely kill this one, leaving this tile open, in which case we're getting stunned. Probably, either way. I guess it's fine if we get stunned. Just, I really hate when that happens. Wolfgang can get this kill, and it doesn't matter if he waits. So the worst option is Supar getting stunned, because I can also wait with Zahiri, which does lose out on tempo buffs afterwards, but I guess that's fine. Also loses out on the riposte, but that's fine. Or I could just wait. I could disable the riposte as well. Let's do it like that. For the first time in my life, probably, I will toggle Enguard off. Let's leave this one alive for now, and maybe that's the best way to do that. Also, I don't want to kill this yet. If I get a headshot, is that a kill? Yes, I think. Okay, well, just wait then, I suppose. And I can actually toggle this on since I'm waiting, which will not activate riposte. Also, is the combat speed still up? Yes, it's still up. Let's lower it to 2. Okay, decision time with Leofric. I think we are going to probably skip the weight bonuses. So yes, he's the guy without underdog, so this is a really risky spot, kind of. It's not the riskiest spot, but it's semi-risky. Getting this attack now is the best course of action, probably, though. And yeah, like I said, Mahdi does have the rotation, so I think we'll go for it. The daze will also help, as does the breaking. So now, do I use the waiting trick or not? If only I had the stun immunity amulet. But then again, if I did have it, then Leofric probably wouldn't have it. The unstoppable bonus is very nice, but it does take a long while to actually get there. In which case, using the weight here, just to avoid the stun, is probably the better course of action. Alright, let's lose out on the no weights. And Wolfgang, you will wait instead of killing this. Spear ball. And wait, I think. They can also reach that though, so I don't know. Maybe I've already messed the positioning in this fight as well. Well, the team is hopefully strong enough to handle this. Okay, 5% and misses. That's nice. Okay, Gerhard can, I think, go for this. The problem with that is that if I do need to rotate Leofric, then it gets far more difficult to be able to do so. We might even be able to get a kill here, which would be pretty nice. But in that case, perhaps we just move back with the Berserk action points. Also, I shouldn't have ended with Einar, because he can actually get stunned here as well. Oh well. Mistakes have been made already. Okay, let's go for that. We don't get the kill. But I will use the waiting trick there, just in case of a stun. So far so good. There's the stun on Leofric. And now if I'd like I can use hold steady, but maybe the Blitzkrieg will be better. Yeah, I don't think the hold steady currently is going to help all that much, so let's not use that. Also, let's wait on the decision with the Blitzkrieg. I think Theodobald doesn't need to indome yet, by any means, but I will wait. Okay. Nice to see those 5%, but like I said, eventually one of them will connect in a nasty fight, and that will perhaps end someone's life. Do that and wait. So now have all the Orc Youngs acted. Getting the skill for Wolfgang is okay. Getting it on Subar is a waste of damage a little bit. Getting it on like Gerhard next round would be nice, but then again I can't do anything with Subar if I wait like that. Guess I'll make room for like a warrior here. Like I said, it's a waste of damage there, but oh well, what can you do? What can you do? And Mahdi can no longer get to the rotation spot anyway, so we just have to like hopefully keep Leofric alive by killing them. With enough rotations I can get there, but it is 16 fatigue per use. Okay, so arrow to the knee, maybe? 93, or I could just go for the Berserker, or the Warrior here, maybe that's better. Let's go for the Warrior with some axes. Also, slight mistake, I have too many bolas, I think, for this fight. They are not as useful as the axes and the javelins. Well, he can also fight in melee if the need be, and the need will likely be. Okay, now we can go for that. It's not quite a kill. You do that. Do I also move? I think not. I think Einar will next round move here. Though I can also move there, that's fine. That is completely fine. Don't want to take the miasma spot, so just hold. Now if I'd like, I can move with Shurade here, and that does hold a bigger area. Also move there, which is fine-ish, but I will get knocked around by this warrior if I do that. So probably don't want to do that. Holding a bigger area is probably good here. But once the warriors get to us and start pushing us around, then Gerhard, Hadi and Leofric are a bit in trouble. Oh well. It is what it is. So now, do I Blitzkrieg or not? I don't think I need to yet. I don't think it accomplishes basically anything, so what I want to do is get to the best possible position for Inspiring Presence, probably. Then again, I should also kind of hold in the middle for the Tactician abilities. Which is perhaps slightly problematic. I can also just move there. Being up against one warrior that's about to die, that's fine. So Blitzkrieg on this flank, how important is that? In the future turns, that is. I don't think the Inspiring Presence here is going to help all that much. Zahiri will run out of fatigue pretty quickly either way. So maybe like move here. Or even here. I think Milo and Theodobald can skip the skip the future tactician abilities, so that is definitely fine. And yeah, I don't want to move there probably because that would block Einar. Alright, and I think Theodobald will do nothing and activate Indom next round. That's the plan. Getting this kill with Milo, I think that's probably fine. Slight chance we get stunned. If I continue holding this spot, which I will. I could also just move here and then decide that Zubair and Zahiri will actually be aggressive and move there. That might be better. Maybe. But there is a very dangerous berserk chain over there. As well as the brunt of their force or forces is kind of closer to that position. Also, if I move here, then one of the warriors will just likely push him back. But if I don't move there, then I leave the spot open. And it's quite likely going to be this berserker, but whatever. Let's just move there with Milo. And we'll see what happens there. So now the question is, do I move with these two or not? Could also just move there with Zubair, and I do get the inspiring presence there. Does leave this a little bit more open, but I guess that's fine. Yeah, let's do it like that. And also, I got some morale checks out of that, which is good, I guess. Okay, so now Zahiri. I should really do something with him, because he's about to get stunned, probably. Also, this warrior is now fleeing. So if I go there, how effed am I if he gets pushed around? Probably pretty effed, actually. These fights would be so much simpler without the Orc Young stun abilities. So what I could do is move like one tile there, but that does mean that I kind of skip out on attacks. But if I don't move somewhere, I'm pretty likely getting stunned anyway. Which means skipping out on the attacks again. So I could just wait here and maybe we won't get stunned. I think I'll wait. You will also wait. Leofric does not wait. Can anyone else finish this berserker off? The answer is yes, but is it convenient to do so? Because it's a huge waste of damage to go for 3 hit points with this attack. But if I don't finish this one off, we might get really unlucky and get hit by a man-splitter. Acts in 30, acts in 15. Now, Charade can do it, but like I said, the spear wall option becomes a bit disabled. A little bit disabled after that, maybe. Gerhard can do it, though. Okay, Gerhard, you do it. There are a couple of berserkers there. Guess now we can keep the unstoppable decisive bonuses, probably. Can also kill this one with a dagger. If I do that, I get stunned, though. Maybe. So I will not do that. Alright. If only I had, like, Pathfinder for Wolfgang, I could do a hit and run here and then end up here and wait. And if I get stunned, it's no problem. Oh well, take the chance of getting stunned. You continue doing that. Let's not go for the AoE, let's just finish this. Okay, good. And wait. Okay, no stun there, no stun here. Good to see. Because if that had been a stun, of course I would not be able to in-dome, in which case the warriors can just move around him, which would be not what we want. Anyway... maybe it's Onslaught now. The Blitzkrieg, once again, I think in these fights it's mostly unnecessary, because most of us, well not most of us maybe, but some of us at least get to act before they do. We don't really need the Onslaught bonuses though. But we don't need the Hold Steady bonuses yet either. Okay, I think I'll just wait. Maybe use the Blitzkrieg later. And now we start indoming. Do nothing else. Alright, I think I'll just wait with Milo. And I'm actually hoping this warrior pushes him. Excellent hit there. And hopefully the Berserker will actually heal itself as it please. Alright, so arrow to the knee or not. Not sure if it even matters. I think I'll wait. Oh, why are you... Oh yeah. They have like... menacing. God damn it. I forgot about that as well. I might need to move Bertram nearer there. Theodbolt, despite having a lot of resolve, is perhaps going to break. Anyway. Wait. But yeah, the terrain and the choke points, the obstacles are helping us so much. I don't think we are in any real trouble. Step into the miasma, I think. So even if he does start to flee, he probably will be able to get away, and them being able to break through this flank is probably no problem. At least that's my estimate. And the forest terrain, yeah, it's making them take so long to actually get to us. So we did fail the spear wall. What was the chance? Out of curiosity. I'm guessing like 80. No, it was a 95. Well, it does happen. Anyway, I think Einar can provide support over here, so move there and attack this one, probably. Wolfgang... The only problem is... Well, not the only problem, but the major problem is if I get too aggressive with someone like Wolfgang, once Theodbolt is disabled from holding this flank, then Wolfgang is in trouble, despite having decent melee defense. Leaving this skill for Zahiri, probably better, but if I do that, I can do nothing else. Let's just get the kill there. Don't want to get carried away. But yeah, let's support the north, I think. And I might need to pull Bertram there. I can already do it, actually. So that spot is not the best one, but not many of them can get there. This one, for example, cannot get there yet. Okay, do it. Not sure if that's the best move, but it is a move, and I've made it. Could have moved back there, but let's just do that. It's time to go ham. Thank you for not stunning. Alright, so resolve-wise we are fine here. If I move, we lose out on the inspiring presence, etc, etc. But I think it's better. Also, we will get inspiring presence for Wolfgang, maybe Einar. Having another person capable of rallying, or what's the other ability called? I guess I'll check what it's called. Encourage would be pretty good. Would be pretty good in these fights. Anyway, they have not pushed Milo yet. Go for this one since it has slightly less armor. Alright, Mahdi moved there, I guess. And yeah, this is a fight where having Pathfinder for a thrower would be extremely good. I think I don't want to go all the way around to the north, where he would perhaps be most needed. So instead, let's go for this warrior, I guess, or this berserker. Let's go one each. Okay, Zubair. Now that they're this split up, I think I can also split my team up a little bit. So going here is probably fine. Alright. So am I getting stunned here? Doesn't look like it. So I can wait with Zahiri. You will not wait. You will do that. And also finish it off with a dagger, I think. Yes, let's do it like that. Let's not take a chance that it escapes a 95 there. Okay. Since they only have one warlord and it's way over here, breaking the resolve far easier than it might be. Can you do that? Excellent. I guess we do continue spear walling. Not sure if it's going to be all that useful anymore, as we might also be getting pushed around. Also, only this one is actually able to reach the spear wall range, so maybe not. Let's not do it. Let's instead deal damage. Okay. You will wait, I think. So getting this kill now is fine. Let's wait though. We don't have battle flow for him, do we? So maybe don't get kills like that in any case. Yeah, we don't have battle flow. Alright. Anyway. Encourage now maybe. Are we within range though? No, we need to move one tile for that. I think I will do that though. Just spend all of Bertram's turn doing that. But it should be fine at this point. Okay, stunned. Oh well. I did use the waiting trick though, so it's fine. Oh, you're fleeing as well. Alright. I'll take it. I'll take the chance that this one escapes a 95. Let's immediately go for this. I could finish it off with Hadi, but I don't think I want to do that. Let's arrow to the knee Naguk. If we can. But we cannot. Well, you tried. Pushed around, pushed around. Also, yes, Shurade was pushed as well. That's a miasma tile, so I guess I'll go for the warrior. Also, yeah, let's do that so I can stop this one from leaving. Okay. No longer do we need to support here. Well, at least not yet. But if I move here, actually... Well, this one is about to die, so I don't know. Might be getting stunned there, but at this point it's fine. Let's go there. He'll also, I think, be able to act before, in which case I can move there. Does disable the indoming a little bit, because they can push Einar, but it's fine. Okay, 95 miss, but it's fine. It's going to be alright. Well, maybe I should not have said that. I don't usually complain. At least I did. Well, maybe I do complain. Maybe I do complain about missing those 95s, but for some reason I feel like I've been getting a lot of them recently. Also, I don't need to move there, I can just kill. Never mind. I guess, never mind. Oh dear. Well, even with these 95 misses, we will be fine, right? We will be fine. That one's fleeing, it might not last though. We'll do that. Stunned on Milo, that's fine. Everything's fine all the time. Okay, now do I care about hold steady? Maybe. Blitzkrieg, let's hold steady, I think. Come on. Let me hold steady, thank you. Okay. And I could actually, since we're holding steady, we can skip the indom here and get some fatigue back. I should probably remember to do that in the Black Monolith fight, so I can have a recover turn. That might be a good idea, maybe. He has enough melee defense, I think. Let's clear some space. And Zubair, I think, will be fine. Hasn't taken any damage yet, so let's be... Also, this one is now fleeing. There we go, taking damage though. They are going for Hadi. They're really going for Hadi. Well, maybe we can kill them fast enough, so it won't matter. But yeah, he is kind of the weakest link here with 77 hit points, no underdog. No 9 lives, no steel brow, etc, etc. If he dies, we will need to train someone else up though. I don't have the surgeon. I maybe should have taken the surgeon though. Well, it's pretty early to speak about replacing him. He hasn't taken more than 2 hit point damage here, so maybe we are completely fine. They are about to be... Oh, come on, dude. What the hell? 95 miss again. Go for this one, since this one wasn't dazed. Okay, that's good. Yeah, go there. Kind of out of fatigue. AoE. It's decent, but they have so much armor, it does take a while to get through that. Starting to run out of fatigue on people. Does Shurade have rotation available? He does, but I never took it. Would be nice in this spot. If he gets hit here twice by this guy, then he might even be about to die. Well, it is what it is. I think I'll actually... No, never mind. I can't move. Out of fatigue. Never mind. 27 hit points. I'll actually go for a puncture. Hiya! Not enough. Left at 6. 21 damage out of that. That's the nearly the main roll. We need 6 more. Okay, no, sure. Sure, why not? Okay, you're confident now. Let's move here. The Blitzkrieg might actually come into play after all. If Hadi is still alive next round. Now we use this again. Roars and misses. Okay. So Hadi is probably fine. Probably. We'll see though. Yeah, like that. Action 14. Wait for now. Oh, come on, Hadi. Hadi is fleeing. And he's surrounded by orcs. And the banner has spent his turn. I do have a rotation, but it cannot be utilized here, I don't think. Unless I get this kill. Can I get that kill? Maybe? It's such a waste of damage as well. But I need to get him out of there because he has action points left. I can rotate him there, but that's not a good spot either. It's slightly better, but it's not a good spot. Okay, do it. Alright, excellent. Thank you. Rotation, thank you. Goes to show that rotation is far from being useless. Then again, if I were a better player, maybe I would have been able to position in a manner which would have made that unnecessary. But then again, orcs do push you around, so Alright. But yeah, throwers, they deal good damage, but they do kind of need to be a little bit of a unicorn to get the right perk groups so they don't die so easily. Anyway, recover there. I do like throwers a lot more in Reforged than I do in Legends though. Wait, which raid? Recover. Should have maybe gone for that one. Well, let's move there just in case. Do you have Pathfinder available? No. So the Tactician ability is also a little bit problematic without Pathfinder in terrain such as this. Whatever. Wait. In Dome, wait. Nine of them left. Maybe should have used Bearded Blade, but we are running out of fatigue as well, so it's fine. Okay, and just recover there. Yeah. Okay. Naguk is now fleeing. So the fight is basically over. And we never did take that much damage on Hadi, but I think he most likely would have died there, so... It's a good thing we were able to get him out of there. Help here. Very nice AoE there. They might be able to get away though, when they're up against Theodobald. Kind of saw that coming, but it's completely fine. All right. The damage is a bit low with this as well. The bolas will be very nice, I think, in the Black Monolith, though, as will the axes, actually. But in the orc fights, not entirely convinced by these thrower types. Well, we got there anyway. One of them is still fighting back. Oh, wrong target, accidentally, but we will be fine. Could have taken damage there, but we didn't. He missed 26. Okay. Weapon is actually starting to break here. 66 durability. Well, in the Black Monolith fight, we can switch into a dagger, which is pretty stupid, but we can also pick up like a weapon. But maybe I should have like a backup sword in his inventory. Okay, so one of them got away. That's fine. Alright, it is over. Zahiri gets a level up. We get a famed helmet again. It's pretty good though. Minus 13, so that's Poise helmet. 297 durability. Not sure if it's going to be used though. We'll see. And I think at this point, since we are running out of food and inventory space, we will head back to civilization. And I will do some prioritization here, even though it's probably unnecessary at this point. Alright, that's good enough. I could pick up some strange meat, I guess, which is something I would not do in real life, but I could switch out this bread that's about to spoil for some strange meat. Okay, I'll dump one of them for one of those. Yeah, let's do it like that. Okay. Alright, and Zahiri level 19 gets a perk point. Excellent. So what am I actually taking though? Well, I'm taking these. But what else am I taking? Formidable approach is pretty good. Back to basics could be good at this point. Though what will I take if I take back to basics is a good question as well. Healing Frenzy is good. Weapon Master worth considering. Vanquisher worth considering. So we haven't even found like any famed maces, and we already have a mace guy. There are two mace guys, so Weapon Master in that sense is far less useful. We also don't have a famed dagger apart from this one, which is not all that exciting, so Weapon Master probably out of the question. I would like some help with fatigue, but I don't think there is any available. Yeah, doesn't look like it. It's probably Killing Frenzy or Formidable Approach though. I'm leaning towards Killing Frenzy here. Vanquisher not as good, I think, with a weapon like this. So it would be better like we had with Zishan, I think he was called, using this big flail. Yeah, let's take Killing Frenzy, I think. Not entirely convinced that's the best choice, but I have made that choice. Okay, and now let's head back to Civilization, but let's also repair some things. Also, yes, the helmet. I'll take a look in a moment if anyone's going to actually use it. Getting the money from these, as I've said multiple times at this point, if we can't spend that money, why do I have it? But yeah, maybe I'll get lucky eventually and there will be something spawning in a shop. Anyway, the helmet. Let's see, where is it? This one, I think. So it's -1 fatigue, but it's also lower durability than that one. Same deal here. Did we only have 2 poise people though? Mahdi is poise. Yeah, okay, Mahdi can use it, I think. Let's see. Yes, getting the full benefit. Okay, so that was a nice find. I am now pretty happy about getting that. That should boost his survivability a little bit. Okay. But anyway, let's head to Eilenburg. The Burg of the Eolens. I'll leave these easy camps here. Oh, you decided to pass right through that, which might have gotten us into a fight. Not sure what the chances would be, but if it were to spawn a party... Also, there are brigands here. I will kill them. I will kill them for the XP. And it seems they actually have no ranged, so they should be coming forward. Also, they are now pretty well equipped, but yeah, this is a cakewalk. Knock on wood. Let's use Onslaught immediately, since I think they'll be coming. Are you coming? Yes, you are. These guys are like twins, like exact twins almost. The armor is slightly different. One of them got a 115 armor. They're raiding brothers with flails. Or something. Anyway, let's kill these fools. Use the round swing for once, since we have it. Okie dokie. Have a stab each, so that no one feels left out. Let's not actually be in reach of the pole hammer. Even if it doesn't matter. Anticipation doing work. So was that a 5% or what? 8%. Oh, stepped into the miasma. One hit and flees. Okay. Oh yeah, and also, forgot, we can actually heal that. Thank you, Rock Armor. Also, level up for Zubair. I think he might be level 19 as well, which is pretty exciting. I'll do a bit of this inventory mumbo-jumbo here. Despite what I said earlier about it being unnecessary. Okay, let's dump the strange meat now. Also, some tools would be nice. I guess I don't need these nets anymore. I don't think I'm using them. I might if I, like, encounter a champion, though. Okay, never mind. Let's pick them up. And that's good enough, though. This... yeah, let's pick that one up. Never mind. It's not good enough. Okay, that's good enough. There we go. And on to Eulenburg. Also, yes, the level. Oh, it was level 18, not 19, so no perk point yet. More hit points, though. Melee skill is at 110 if I take it. Which is good to have, but I'm wondering if we have enough of it. I guess it's better than fatigue, though. So let's take it. If I switch out of the flail, then having more of it still useful, I think. But with the flail, maybe not. Okay. Some fighting has been done. Gambler once again pissing people off. Is there a temple here? Yes. Okay, I will wait for dawn. Alright, so immediately treat the crushed finger. And that's enough for now. I'll do the inventory stuff again on my own time, though selling price here is only 13, which pisses me off a bit, but oh well. Oh well, maybe I will actually take that. If not, then we will need to head back west, and that's a bit far. Or I guess we could go here to Einarstead. But yeah, the Black Monolith is likely over here somewhere. If not there, then maybe here? To the west? Well, it's either west or east, I think. So we'll see when we find it, but yeah, I should probably not worry about the money and just take that 13 selling price, even though it pains me inside. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.